We're still following the march, SAFTU's Workers' Day March, taking place here at the Beyers Naudé Square in the Johannesburg CBD. So far, we've been hearing from ordinary workers today, addressing the grievances that they are feeling, the demands that they also want as they grapple with the high cost of living. All of this coming as, of course, we saw that chaotic scenes unfolding when it came to the VAT U-turn under the budgetary process, workers demanding that no austerity measures be put in place, and also that transformation take place when it comes to the economy of South Africa. But to give us more around the demands of workers today gathered in Johannesburg at the Beyers Naudé Square, I'm joined by SAFTU General Secretary Zwelinzima Vavi. General Secretary, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Workers addressing the march today, talk to us about the main demands that workers are grappling with.
Well, they are raising everything that they are concerned about, but their main focus is to highlight what will be the practical meaning of the proposed amendments that are being negotiated and partially agreed to at NEDLEC. These amendments represent the worst attack, and they are right to articulate one after the other one, that they are rolling back the gains workers have made over many years. They are being inspired by memories of struggles of Marikana workers, of workers in 1973 Durban, of even the Haymarket workers who were killed in Chicago in 1886. They are saying no to giving employers a right to dismiss workers without following a procedure. No to telling workers that they must submit to the employers in writing reasons why they must be dismissed, and if the employer decide to dismiss everything they say in writing, they can be dismissed without a hearing. They say no that the amendments will be made to make workers who used to be the first to be considered after the retrenchment processes when the employer is re-employing and rehiring, so that now the amendments say the bosses don't have to follow the procedure of bringing back the workers that built the company. They say no to all of those attacks. They say no, by the way, to the austerity measures, to the budget cuts that they have seen that have created the havoc in our police stations, hospitals, education institutions, in our schools. And they are witnessing the deteriorating Johannesburg in front of their eyes, which is beginning to be inhabitable, just like there are townships, there are informal settlements, and the rural areas where they are coming from. So they are discussing a range of issues. We are very inspired by what they are saying.
One of the issues that they're also talking about now, the Reserve Bank coming under fire, given how we still have high interest rates, but looking at the global sort of economy, what's happening there, the Reserve Bank has little room to move.
No, the Reserve Bank have all of the room to move. The Reserve Bank is following through the mandate they have received from this government, that they must operate within an inflation targeting of 3 to 6%, which is totally unreasonable in a country with 42% unemployment, with 60% of its young people unemployed, with 62% of its population trapped in degrading and dehumanizing poverty, with a country that has become the most unequal in the whole world. How dare do you chase a low inflation of 3%, and the Reserve Bank even say they want even lower inflation target below that 3%. They know that the only way to do that is through using the high interest rates as a blunt instrument to keep those interest rates. When they bludgeon the economy through the high interest rates, they are deindustrializing. They are killing the manufacturing sector. They are killing any possibility of any black person that was excluded from the economy from starting their own business. They're making life impossible for the small, medium, macro enterprises. They are saying to the spaza shops, you cannot get into the mainstream economy because the money is being made very expensive through the high interest rates. So the workers are perfect in raising that issue.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much, General Secretary. That was the General Secretary of the South African Federation of Trade Unions, SAFTU, Zwelinzi Mavavi, giving us an indication of the grievances that workers are facing, the demands that they are wanting to table as they grapple with the high cost of living. The march is expected to move here from the Beyers-Naudé Square and head over to the Department of Labour. SABC News, Johannesburg.